Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Haru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist, here for you to bridge some gaps, to question my questions, to answer my questions. Therefore, maybe it will fulfill the destiny or the reality of where you live. Why are you afraid of death or dying? This is a question throughout the ages, literally throughout the ages. We don't know how long this planet been here, how they've been manipulating this country, how they've been manipulating the planet Earth as we know it. We don't know. We don't have no idea, but there's many theories out there. Many theories. The Big Boom, the Adam and Eve, the this and that, the do da da dee dee, right? The Evertides and all this. How we know they even exist? That's one of the things. See, we have the intelligence to question everything. What was known? Einstein was very known for this quote: use your imagination. Now, I give him credit for that, right? I give him credit for that because Tesla was another man, and I use them as examples just to kind of fill the gap. As many other geniuses, literally across the board, women, men, every type you can think about from color spectrum and all. So I don't want people to be like, oh, well, he's always talking about this and that. No, I put that pinpoint because the name is notoriety. People know that name. You feel what I'm saying? They know who that is, right? So my point is, why are you afraid of dying, of death? Well, look, we risk every day. We risk every minute, every hour, every second. I'm risking right now. What if anything could happen? I can fall right in front of you and die. What y'all gonna do? Just look at my feed, just keep looking at it? Or try to call or do something? Call a brother, we blowing up the phone. Hey, you there, brother? Where you go? What you gonna do? See, and that's the key thing. It's kind of like birth. You bring these babies up in the planet. You bring the babies to the earth, but you don't have a plan. That's the funny thing too. Why are we bringing children in this so-called planet? We know it's drama here. Oh, we want to make a difference. We want to this and that. Okay, if you want to make a difference, develop a plan, create a plan before you bring somebody else in on this. You feel what I'm saying? Because this society, look, we're bringing a lot of dummies up in this plane, right? We're bringing a lot of dummies up in this plane, and dummies who want to stay dummies. They want to stay ignorant. You feel what I'm saying? Only in America. Only in America. But it's not even America. It's affecting everywhere now since the internet and all this. Ignorance is ignorance. Let's keep it 100. But my point is like, why are you afraid of dying? You afraid of living too? That's what it seemed like to me. You're afraid to live too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't know what's behind the death and this and that. Look, we don't know what's behind life, living, right? Think about it. It's the duality. It's the same frequency. It's about how you interpret it, right? So live life to the fullest as you can. If death come, death come. Like Tupac said it right. He said, I see death around the corner. He knew he was going to die. That was no question. Him and Biggie Smalls, they knew they was going to die. Look at their album labels, man. Woman. Come on, people. It's like we don't even acknowledge reality of life. Even like when your child is telling you something, like somebody bullying them, they give you inside information. It's just about, are you paying attention? Oh my goodness. That brother getting all shit. Are you paying attention to what's going on? Shout out to you, Sandrea. What's good with you? Are you afraid of death or dying? All it is, see, we've been caught up in religion, right? All of us, especially black folks. We so bad. It just, I mean, we get caught up. We come from Christianity, then we go into Islam, then we go into Islam. We might even journey into Buddhism. Then we might go to Buddhism, stay up in there for a while. Now we got brothers and sisters all in Judaism now. So it's kind of funny because we're looking, here we go. We're looking for our Savior. Dun, 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 dun. Jesus. How you doing, Jesus? Huh? Mother Mary? Muhammad? All these figures, Why are you afraid of dying? Obviously, they don't even talk about dying. When you look at all those guys who I just named, they didn't worry about dying. All they did was question your lifestyle. Oh my goodness. That brother going into a sensitive subject. Are you afraid of death or dying? We could talk about it all day, every day. But at the same time, people are afraid to admit. Kind of like the taboo subject. Ain't that some shit? You talk about sex, no religion, and no politics, right? What kind of shit is that? But we don't talk about but we could talk about death and not. The real subject matters. Let's dive into the real subject matters. Politics is obviously man-made system programming. Sex, obviously, that's part of reality. That's part of generation. That's part of consciousness. That's part of creating consciousness, the highest stimuli within the psyche or the pineal gland. You feel where I'm coming from? Or the heighten of your intelligence, your emotional intelligence, and your intellect. You feel what I'm saying? That's what time it is, right? Then we got what? Politics, religion. Now, religion is that man-made thing where they was trying to tap into the spirit or the soul as well as the physical aspect. Toshiba, what's good with ya? What's good? Thank you for joining a brother for a few minutes. Just tap into the intellect, tap into the emotional intelligence sphere, as a brother would say, sphere or fear. Which one is it? Fear or courage? Why are you afraid of death or dying? I don't need to put no statistics on you. We already know who's killing the most people. They call it the pharmaceuticals. They call it the medical industry. Big name Pfizer. Killing a lot of folks. They say they die more. People are dying more in the hospital. The hospital than they are outside the hospital. What kind of drama is that? I don't need, look, and this is the funny thing, like I said, and I keep putting this out there. I'm an expert in me, right? I'm an expert in me. I want to share some of my viewpoints or share some of my experiences, not necessarily with you, but with this forum, I can utilize it so I can go back to see what I'm actually thinking, what's actually comprehending, what I'm actually flowing within me, what's actually coming outside of me, kind of like the death in life. Why are you afraid of living too? Huh? Are we afraid to live? Because we seem like we're afraid to live. We're so caught up in the death aspect that we don't want to live. We all so risky. I don't want to go outside my home. I mean, you drive and do this and do that. You don't even think about it, right? That's the same thing with death. You don't even think about it. And you should look, and you should think about it. You should reflect on it because it's a duality. It's a polarity, as my brother would say, a polarity. And it's a co-balance. They co-balance each other. Life and death. Somebody dying, somebody come bringing in a baby. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same thing. That's why, if you notice, population has been growing. But see, I'm thinking the problem is this, and this is just my idea, this is just my concept or just my opinion, so don't take it personal. The one thing about it is like we're bringing these children in this world and we're not having a plan for the child per se. And I'm not saying you got to be all, you know, overprotective and all that other crazy crap that we doing to our children right now that just don't even make no sense. And then we're wondering why your son is got the hand turned up. Your daughter want to be the hand up. You feel what I'm saying? It's amazing. But the reality check is not happening. And even with our so-called gurus, they're not talking about the things I'm talking about. Literally, they're not talking about these issues that we face time in, time out, especially in the Black community, because we are lost. I think we're so gone. Look, we like them. We might move over to the other side. But other than that, we're not questioning anything. We accept what we get, and we keep it pushing right there. How you gonna be in the richest country in the world, so-called, but we ain't got nothing to show for it as a community, as a whole? Literally, they always talking about statistics, always, 20 million African American. Where are they coming up with that statistic? You know, most of the brothers is in prison, in jail. And the funny thing is, if you look at that statistic, you'd be like, 75% of them in there for violating parole of drug use. And most of it's drug use, is not drug distributing. Well, but I don't know anything, right? That's why people don't come to my videos and I'm not going viral. And it don't matter to me. I don't really care about that. The only thing I care about is influencing, touching those who really need the touching. Put my hands on you. The preachers be telling me, put them hands on you. Let me put them hands on. And that might be another side of it, the physical abuse, domestic violence. Put them hands on you. But it's all love. Why are you afraid of death and dying? We don't even, one thing, we don't even talk about that within our particular families. We don't even really care about it. That's why you get a lot of these Black families that die without a will, or it goes right to the government. We know, we all heard that before. I mean, and if not, we all witnessed that before. And it's kind of interesting because for me personally, I think about death. I apply it within my life. Certain things that has happened where I came very close to death, but at the same time, it's like, I'm grateful for being able to do the things I'm able to do right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not giving thanks to God. I'm not giving thanks to nobody other than the universe itself. What that brother mean by that? The universe. I mean the oneness. I mean the oneness within. Because look, you attract what you push out there. You kind of saying, or what you give out there. Like they always keep saying, what you think about is what you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of times I'm thinking very positive. Most of the time I'm thinking very positive energy where doors are actually going to open for me. And they do. Literally opportunities, and being able to recognize those opportunities. And that's the same thing with death. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. I know I'm the type of brother, I think, certain issues happen to me, I'll be the one that live. That's my mentality. You feel what I'm saying? And it's been my mentality ever since I've been brainwashed or whitewashed with Christian philosophy. Literally. What I think he need to be thinking, and Jesus gonna save me and this and that. Why do I need to rely on somebody else that's not even there? Oh my goodness. About what's gonna happen and this and that. If that's the case, why are we not afraid of living? I like what Bill Britt used to say. Bill Britt from Amway, big old distribution, the Britt organization. That brother said you die twice. And we talked about this. Y'all heard this quote plenty of times from you die twice, mental and physically. A lot of us died long time ago, soon as we graduated high school. Some cases earlier than that. You feel what I'm saying? We died mentally. Not want to promote, not want to educate, not want to extract, just want to stay at the same old job, do the same old routine, repetitive, thing. Don't want to grow, don't read a book, don't have no value to yourself. Just, okay, I'm going to live my life. Then you get old and then got the nerve to complain about your health and all this stuff. Please, people, please, let's get a reality check. Why are you afraid of death and dying? Now, a few people you can actually look up or go find or research more. Manly P. Hall was a great resource when you're talking about death, dying, the aspects of it, all the research he had. You see, and that's the thing. We have to start utilizing those who actually did the research. Yeah, it's going to be some information that's going to be new to the forefront, because we got this artificial intelligence and this transhumanism theories that's been circling around the communities, obviously around most of the Silicon Valley, California area, and many other areas, New York, I'm sure, places like that. Big city thinkers, and obviously Germany and all the other places that's been innovating artificial intelligence, things that's been coming in. It's supposed to be making society better, but at the same time, it's dumbing society. I think it's dumbing society. And those who want to be a part of the enhance or improvement society are those who sticking with the particular knowledge, wisdom, information. You feel where I'm coming from? I'm very interested in artificial intelligence. We see it daily with our technology. You feel what I'm saying? They got the Echo, they got all these different things that's actually being more structured within your life, even though it was kind of a hesitation of, allowing this, okay, my public view. I don't have a problem with my, information being out there, but the information I want to put out there, not the information that I don't feel that I'm type of brother that keeps all these secrets, because I don't really keep a secret. The only thing, the message I don't really convey is my relationship with my significant other. I think that's personal. You feel what I'm saying? In my finances, what you need to know about my finance, even though here's some opportunities to get more finances, encourage that. But other than that, no. You kind of feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I think we're as a whole, and I'm talking as a whole, as a culture, we're so afraid of death. And it's kind of funny because we have death every day. Death is every day. Somebody dying. You might not know them, but it's something connected to you. Oh, Burt Reynolds died. Okay, Burt Reynolds was 80 some years old. And if he wasn't taking care of his dome, and I'm not saying everybody even when you're healthy, 100% healthy, you got to go. This is part of the generation or the degeneration of this particular dimension. We have to accept that. You know that, right? That's just part of this. Well, no, let me back up. You don't have to accept it, but at the same time, it's part of this particular generate and degenerate. I had this theory, and I got to go revisit the theory, because this theory I've not, and it's not necessarily my theory. It's certain things that I have accumulated in research over the years that I came to some conclusions. And I'm not saying I just stop, because I'm not that type of brother either. I don't just stop at some knowledge. Okay, this is what it is. Not going to research it anymore. Kind of like religion. How do you get stuck in one religion? There's no such thing. All of them have benefits. Most of them are similar, but the problem is it's religion. It's a form, it's an organized format that's man-made, that's keeping you in a certain position. Pay your tithes, do this, do that, but at the same time, it's not bearing the fruit that oh my goodness, that you intend to see when you got your pastors screwing all the females up in the church. You got these popes running up in these little boys and claiming that's holy. Yeah, it's holy. All right. Very holy. Not even that, but all religions. You got to look at all religions have these certain rituals. Oh my goodness. And think about this. How many times have your sermon in your sermon are going to they talk about death. They never really talk about death. You never really hear about death. The only time you talk about death is at the funeral, when you go into the funeral. But they don't even really say that. You just, how did he live and what he did and this and that. Huh? But they don't really address death. You really don't have too many forums that actually talk about death. How many Facebook forum, group forums that we talk about death? Matter of fact, I might end up doing something like that. Just have a just works of death, talking about death, certain things. Oh, talk about positive things. Talk about things that's because look, we come to death. Death is not an end. That's the thing I want to say here. Death is not an end. You feel what I'm saying? We still talk about Martin Luther King. We still talk about Malcolm X and all. They've been gone. You feel what I'm saying? But their spirits still live. Their energy still live. Tupac and all these brothers. They had some type of influence on us. That's what we don't really think about. Michael Jackson. Think about that, brother. Were just watching a movie last night, The Last Dragon. Classic movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. The Last Dragon, Barry Gordy's movie. One of his movies, featured movies, back in the 80s. But my point is, death. I see death around the corner. Gotta see how will I survive in the city. Uh-oh. Tupac was telling, and that was on his album, Me Against the World, right? Prior to All Eyes on Me, right? Think about Biggie Smalls, Ready to Die. That was his first album, or commercial album. Let's say commercial album. You know what I'm saying? Then he came back with a second follow-up, Life After Death. You kind of see these themes. Obviously, we can play with these themes because a lot of these issues are taboo subjects that we don't really journey into. We don't even really conversate about these issues until it's actually right in front of you or somebody close to you have witnessed that, per se. But I think with me personally, I'm willing to talk. I don't care. I'm well, let me back up. I do care, but then at the same time, it's like being a kind of like in your relationships. You should be able to be attached and be detached as well. I don't even care if it's your child. You got to give them that independence. You feel what I'm saying? They came in the world by themselves. They're going to leave out the world by themselves. Let's keep it real with you. And these are the things we don't pay attention to because we're so caught up in, oh, I love it so much and I can't live without it. And you got all your songs and everything. I got a little research too. I got a little background of music and love songs, and I can't live without you. Live without you. But you can live without. You got to move on. See, that's the thing too. You got to move on. Life wasn't meant to stay stagnant. Oh my goodness. Think about it. Go out to the pond and see what a pond is doing when that thing is not cleaned out. Go see what it looked like. Now you got a river. Do the river even get dirty? Ooh, that's the question. Kind of like the chicken and the egg. Do the river get dirty? Huh? Do the river get dirty? This is the questions. These are the answers. You know what? Ain't really no answers when you're talking death, when you're talking life. Because life is a journey, and you got to abide on that journey. You got to manipulate. You got to adjust. That's the right word. You got to adjust on the journey. You feel me? You got to adjust, kind of like them brothers on the salsa and all that other particular dances. You got to get down. You got to know the rhythm. You feel me? You got to be right up in that realm. Kind of like sex too. Tantra sex. Understand it. It's all in your hands. That's the cold thing. The future's in your hands. You know what I'm saying? All in your hands. And you know what? The bad future's in your hands too. Because it's about what you're doing. What service are you giving? What are you actually giving the people? Not even giving the people. What are you expressing within you? If you giving love, you expressing love throughout the community. That's the one thing for me personally. I know I'm giving love throughout the community, or I'm sharing. I'm not putting myself in afraid mentality, therefore fear based. Therefore, this is how we look at death, fear based. Everything is based on fear. That's why the manipulative television programming has been so powerful within our society. And that's the key thing, I think, even with me showing that you can be empowered. You know what I'm saying? You have the power. And it's unlimited everything. Let me say it. It's unlimited death, it's unlimited negative aspects of it, it's unlimited positive aspects of it. The universe or ether, the ether gives off so much. I mean, it's so much you can utilize and take and develop and create and use your imagination. Even how you look at death. You can look at death as life. Life is death. It's a duality. It's counterbalancing. It's polarity that formulates the polarity, the energy, the synergy. And I'm going to end it with that. Much love, respect. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. I am one. Peace.